So welcome back. Today we are going to start with SAP ABAP tables. So how you can create the tables in SAP? For that you have to go to transaction SE11. So here we are writing SE11, then press enter. The data dictionary screen will open. Here you have to give the database table name starting with Z. So I am giving Z demo table, or you can take demo student table. Now this table is not already existing table. So here I will choose create. But if it is already existing in our SAP database, then you can choose the option either display. Display is read-only mode, and in the change, you can also modify the data or anything in your table. Now I am clicking on create to create this new table. So here you can see corresponding to my table name, it is showing me the status new. In the short description, you can give the description of your table. So here I am giving student demo table. From the delivery class, you can choose A. This is the search icon. Click on it. You will get the options here. So A is for your application and master transaction data table. So I am choosing the first option A here. Here in the data browser setting, you have to choose the second option, display and maintenance allowed. Now this is done. Now go to another tab, which is fields. Now in the field tab, I am creating the fields of this table. So the first column is always MANDT, which refers to the client number. Now in the data element, I am also writing MANDT, which is already defined data element. So after entering it, you can see the short description here is client number, the length is 3, and here is the data type. This is the key field, so I am making this as a primary key of my table. Now the second field I am creating is student underscore ID. So this is also the primary key of my table, so I am marking the key column here. Now here in the data element or data type, you can give any one from this. If you are choosing data element, then you don't have to give data type, length and its description. It will automatically come here. So whenever you will create a data element, you can also create the data element through the transaction ID and C11 from the same interface where we created the database table name. So here I have not created any data element. So now I am creating here, starting again with Z, SUG. Here I am giving roll number. Okay, then press enter here. So as soon as you will press enter here, the description and length by default 0 will come here. So double click on this data element Z underscore Z Sugandhi underscore roll number. Then choose the option save here. Give your package name here. So I am giving my package name here. Click on save. Then save. Now here it is asking me the question, do you want to create this data element Z SUG underscore roll number? So here I want to create this data element. So I will choose the option yes here. So now again you can see this is the new data element object here with the status new. So in SAP, whenever you have to use any object, you have to first activate that object. So here we are creating this object. First of all, I am giving the description here like roll number. You can also give your name, then student roll number. Now, if you want to create a domain here, you can choose this option. If you want to declare built-in type, then you can choose this option. And if you want to refer to another data type, then you can choose this reference type. So here I'm creating the domain. So for that, again, you have to give the domain name here. Again, I have not created any domain. Now I'm creating a domain here by giving this as Z underscore Z SUG underscore roll number. Then double click on this. Again, it is asking me to save. I'm choosing the option yes here, giving my package name and then save. Then click on yes to create this as a domain. Again, give the description here, domain. So now what is the use of this domain? I have already created the data element. Here now you can give the data type as well as any value range also. For example, if you want any fixed number of type, then you can choose that. And here, for example, I am giving int 2 with length 5 and decimal places 0 for the roll number. Or if you want any shorter data type, then you can choose int 1 and it will give me the length according to the int 1 size, that is 3. Here in the value range, you can give the fixed number of values that you want in your roll number. Or either you can assign the lower limit and upper limit or a value range for your roll number so that the user can enter the data in between these value only. So it will accept these value only. So here I am giving the short description, roll number, So I have given this value range in the interval section. So that means my roll number will range from 101 to 110, right? Now going back to this definition, output length should be 3 here. Then click on check, save object first in your package. Yes. Then here we got the message, no consistency found at the bottom. Now we can activate this domain. Choose your domain. One thing, you can also add this. I am changing the name of domain here with domain. I'll change. Okay. So this is active. Now going back to my data element. This is new data element. Then again activating it. Now for data element, your object is DTEL. For domain, it is DOM. Continue. Here you can give the field label also, like roll number, roll number, roll number, again, roll number. Okay. So here we are giving this, then activate it. Now I have activated my data element. You can see the status here corresponding to this data element is active, right? Now going back to my table here. Now you can see the data type automatically came here int1 with the length 3 and the description is student roll number. Okay. Now I want to create another field that is student name. Now I don't want to give any data element here. I want to use the built-in type, right? So click on this built-in type. Now this data element option is disabled here. Now here I am choosing the data type as char with the length 25 and description student name. Okay. Now if you want to define the gender, now here I want to declare the gender as a domain, like the gender can only be male or female. Okay. So here click on data element again. Now I am again creating the domain here, z underscore ZSUG underscore gender. For data element, I am giving the letter DE. Okay. Now double click on it. Click on yes, save this, create data element. So here I am giving the description, gender, data element. Okay. Now I am again going to create the domain ZSUG gender. Double click on it, save, choose your package and again click on save. Create the domain, yes. Now here I want to declare it as char value with at least the maximum length of character here is 6. Here I want to give the description when the student, let's create a gender domain. Gender domain. Now here I want to give the fixed value, so you can give the fixed value here as male, female. You can give the description male, female. Now you can check if there is any error. Save object, choose your package and save. You cannot use this without activating it. Still it is not activated. We had just saved this. Click on activate. Here you can see for data element it is showing us DTEL and for domain DOMA, right? Then save. Now this domain is activated. Now going back to my data element, just activate it. Activate. In the field label, you can give the label as gender, 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 and activate this. Activating. Now this data element is also activated. Going back to my table. Now here you can see the data type already came here as char with the length 6 and the descriptions when the gender data element. Right? Now I want to enter the marks of the students. Then again, now I want to use built-in type. Then here, just give the built-in type here. I am using again int1 size with length 3. And here you can. So I am giving the description marks here. And after that, I am checking if there is any error. So it is giving me the warning for enhancement. So go to the back. Now for enhancement settings, go to extras, enhancement category, then choose OK save. Select the first option, can be enhanced deep, then copy. Now you can save and activate this. Now at the activation, it is asking me for the technical settings. For technical settings of the database table, here in the data class, choose the first option APPL0, that is for master data and transparent table. So I am choosing first one by double clicking it. For size category, I am giving 0 here. You can also use this search icon. So 0 size category is for number of records from 0 to 8500, right? And so on, 1, 2, 3, and increasing the number of size of records. So here I am choosing buffering not allowed and no changes here. Now click on this tab, DB specific properties. So by default, your SAP HANA database stores column-wise records, right? So if you want to store row-wise record, you can also choose this option. But now I am choosing this column store for the faster processing. Then click on back and save these parameters. Now you can see corresponding to my table, database table name, it is showing me the status as active. Now my database table is active now. Now go to utilities, table content and create entries. Now in the table entries, I have to give these parameter as input. Now here in student ID, this is giving me some option here. So you can see the option here from interval to 1012 to 110. These are the intervals. I have to give the value in between these intervals. Okay. So here I am giving the first one 101. Now my date is by default coming out here filled because of the client ID is mentioned here by default. So here I am giving the student name as Sugandhi. Then I am choosing the gender. Now this is a domain, right? So I am choosing the fixed value here, female. Then after that I am giving the marks 86 and then saving this record. Now this record is successfully created, right? Now I want to create some more entries in the database table, then I have to redo this every time, right? Now I am choosing the roll number 102 and I am giving the name here as Priya and then choosing female and then giving the marks as 30. Okay, so again clicking on save. Again this record is also saved in my database. Now every time I have to give these records one by one, right? Now if I want to create the records, multiple records at the same time, then I have to create the TMG of this table, right? So for creating the TMG of this table, you have to go back here and then click on utilities, table maintenance generator, that is also called as TMG. You click on it. So here in the authorization group, give this value percent and ampersand. See, in function group name, give the same name as your table name. So this is my table name. Now I will give this same name here, ZSU3 underscore demo student. Okay. Now here in maintenance type, choose one step and then click on find screen number here. Find screen number. Then choose the option propose screen number and click on save. Now automatically you will see here maintenance over screen, the value 1 will come here automatically. Then click on create. Now here you can give your package name, save it, save your TR, save. Now the TMG of this table has been created. Now go to back. And if you want to see the content of this table, you can just click on this content item, or either you can go to utilities table content and then you can choose the option display here. Now I want to create more entities, more records. So I am going to table content and create entry. Now here you can see these are the already created records. Now I want to create new entry. Click on new entry. Here you can give another roll number 103. Here I am giving the name Shant and here I am choosing the gender male. Next 104 roll number. Next Vivek and here again I am choosing the option for gender. Again next entry and here I am creating for Ishika student and then female. Now here I have created multiple entries at a time, right? So before creating TMG, I was doing it one by one. So after creating the TMG of this table, I can easily modify, create, delete entries from this table. Okay. So here I have created 3 entries. Now click on save. all the entries are saved in my table. Here you can see the message also, data was saved. Okay, now go to back, and here you can see all the entries in your table, database table, right? Now if you want to give the marks, right, here I have entered the marks also. Okay, so here you can click on save again, then go to back, utilities, table content, and display. Now if you want to see the data between 104 student to 104, let's say 102 to 104. Okay, so I have given the range 102 to 104. I want to see the details of these students with these roll number. Now click on execute. Here you will see the data from 102 student to 104. Okay, I am not seeing any other student data, right? So if you don't want to give any range here, then you can just erase it and just click on execute. So it will show me the all data in my table, all the records in my table. Okay, so click on back, just activate my table, utilities. Every time you do any change, click on just TMG and just create the screen. Okay, so here you are seeing the screen, overview screen. Every time you change any structure, click on all these, click on save, and then save. Click on overview screen and key field and normal field. Click on save again, save. Okay, now here you can create the data, and if you want to see the just content of this table, click on this content icon before the technical settings. Now execute. Here you can see the content also, and second option is from utilities. You can see the content of the table. Now I am creating one more entry, 107. Here I am giving the name lovely, gender female, and marks 94. Save it and go to back. Now you can see this latest entry here also, lovely with female and marks 90. Okay, so here if you are saying we are not getting the label here because we have not given any label here in field label. Okay, here we had given the field label, that's why we are getting this. Okay, so that was the step-by-step tutorial of how to create a database table in SAP. Hope you like it. Like, share, and comment on this video and give me the feedback. Thank you. Bye bye.